Hey, what's going on? Happy Saturdays. Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on? You already know it's Saturday when you guys come in. Give me a shout out from where you are. I definitely want to know like who's in the building, who's in the live. So if you could tell me where you're from, that would definitely be great. Excuse my little hand wrap. Your boy was trying to get his little self together, trying to, stay in shape and everything. So we got to try to keep it together. But yeah, so this is Conversations with Carrie. On what we do is I try to have time where I speak with you guys outside of me just having my instrument. I know that's a common thread that you guys see me usually teaching or playing guitar, but this is just a time for us to just to talk. We could talk about guitar stuff, could talk about pedals, anything that's related. It's really cool about practice routines, what you guys do or what you guys don't do. So whenever you guys decide to start coming into the room, just give a shout out. Definitely love, what I'm saying, to see where you guys are from. That's what we do. So I'll give a few more minutes just to kind of let you guys populate and come on through. Come on through the room this morning. Um, Definitely grab your coffee. Coffee's in conversation. That's what we're gonna do this morning. So definitely want to see who's all in the room, who's in the building. Just like to know where you guys are from. So just like a little roll call is really cool. You could just say, "Yo, I'm from such and such." Oh, we got Myrtle Beach in the house. That's what's up. Much love, much love. Myrtle Beach in the hizzle for shizzle. Anybody else in the room? I know we got a few more people. I see a few more people coming in. So just letting people wake up, kind of get their thing. DC in the house. San Antonio, that's what's up. Yeah, grateful to have you guys here with me. You know what I'm saying? I know it might be early for some of y'all. Some of y'all still waking up like, oh my God. St. Louis is in the house. That's what's up. Charleston, South Carolina, DMV. That's what's up. What's popping, yo? So this is another Ozark. That's what's up. Um, so this is another conversations. Chicago in the Bay Area. That's what's up. Another conversation with Carrie. Like I like to do this on Saturday mornings, kind of like it's been you going through your week. You want to talk guitars, and I like to just have this opportunity to just kind of share with you guys, just to give you guys some, information, some knowledge that I know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you've been real generous with these videos this week. Yeah, man, I told you like from time to time I'm gonna be hopping on here. That's why it's really important if you haven't already subscribed to this channel and click the bell to be notified that you definitely do so. From time to time, there'll be moments that I'll decide to hop on here and do like little small lessons where I just give you like a snapshot, if you will, Chicago in the house. And yeah, it's very beneficial. So let me go ahead and start out by this. Just kind of give you guys a rundown. If everybody doesn't know who I am on this channel, my name is Kerry. I've been playing guitar for over 25 years. I've played professionally for a very long time. I played with a lot of top industry artists. I've played with some of your top pop artists, international artists like Jason Derulo. I've played with Tori Kelly. I did a lot of her stuff with Kirk Franklin. A lot of the stuff you could go on YouTube and you can see a lot of these performances. Kiana Lede, I did her Vivo Live series. I was on tour with her for a very long time. Lettucey, Grace Weber, Tyrese. There's a host of a bunch of people. So I do this out of the graces of my heart. You know what I mean? It's not trying to me just be like, oh, I'm that guy and just whatever. I just want to let people know, you know what I mean? Like I've been doing this for a long time, but now I'm at a stage in a phase of my career where I just want to give back. And that's really what it is. Hey, thanks for sharing your gift. Appreciate it. Can we get some Spanky Alfred gospel chords? You can on my website. Those chords honestly are, it's a lot of jazz chords that he does. So, but if you go to my website, carriescamp.com, I have a whole video chord library that really talks about a lot of those different types of chords. You the man, appreciate it. Any tips for playing your first gig or the first time playing with the band? Don't overplay, trust your ears, and then trust the rehearsals that you've had. You know what I mean? That's my tip. When you coming back to the ham? I come back to the ham every other weekend because my kids are in Birmingham. So I go pick them up and I go say what's up to my mom. All right, it says, outside of the overuse and abuse of the pentatonic, what's your go-to R&B scale? Please and thank you. I don't necessarily have an R&B go-to scale, But if you're thinking about just relative stuff, I like to go to the relative minor, which is the minor pentatonic. You can pick out a lot of nuggets and gold in there. I know people like overuse it because they think it's just a blues scale, but I've shown you, and if you watch any of my stuff on social media, especially on Instagram, when I'm soloing, I'm diving deep into the minor pentatonic and I'm pulling out gold. I'm making that thing sing. So there's a lot of gold in there. It says you've been helping me so much, improving. Greetings from Germany. I appreciate that, Alex. Appreciate that. It says when you're soloing, do you give it much thought to what you're says much thought, or do you just like your hands to do what they like to do? I start out by thinking about listening to the melody. I did a solo lesson where I'm talking about you got to understand the melody. Once I know the melody, it's kind of like my guideline. And then when I'm like running out of ideas, then I'll go to the minor pentatonic to pick out some nuggets. But then I'll go back to the melody. Did Facebook Live at my cousin's house spot yesterday. Oh, that's what's up, Clint. That's my dude. That's my guy. That's, you know what I'm saying. Right on. Appreciate it. Yeah. Right now, I'm in Atlanta, and I mean, I'm really not going out to do a lot of performances per se. I mean, I got some stuff that's coming up pretty soon. I'll be going to Wisconsin, kind of doing like a live stream thing. But for the most part, I mean, I'm at the crib, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm teaching. I'm sharing knowledge. I'm sharing information. I'm cutting records. That's what I'm doing. All right, it says, how do you play bar chords without your thumb hurting? Z, it's all about placement, right? So depending on how you're doing it, I did a video that shows how to make bar chords, and it's all about just getting your hands comfortable. I don't know how you're holding it or how you're squeezing it, but you just may want to focus on that. Jairus Mosaic and Isaiah Sharkey type of style I like in yours, bro, too, bro. I mean, I appreciate that, Johnny. It says, I like when you grab a chord and then do some crazy run to connect the inversions of that chord. I want to master that. So if you want to master how to do those, like you sewing the chords together, whatever, I'm telling you, like I got everything on my website, carriescamp.com, that'll really show you how to do it and really show you how to connect those chords and those melodies, those riffs in order to connect those chords. Bet. The name of the website for those that are asking is carriescamp.com. It is KERRYSKAMP.com. Now, if you're 18 years and younger, excuse me, ask your parents. But if you're older than 18, just go straight to the website. You can look at it. You could try it out for 7 days to see if it's something that fits you. And if so, I mean, we'd love to have you in the community. As being a member in the community, we do something called Carrie's Corner. Now, today I'm super hyped. So if any of y'all knows Jules the Wolf, like on his Instagram, the guitarist that plays for Justin Bieber, he's going to be doing Carrie's Corner today, where I sit and I do like an interview style with the guitarist, asking them like when they got started, where they're from, blah, 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 sharing information with my campers. So I know today at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, it's about to be crazy. Plus, it's just like, it's something that's a little personal to me today because Jules is from Julian, for those that maybe know him, or Jules is from Montgomery, Alabama. So it's really cool to be able to hop on and talk to somebody from like your home state, your hometown kind of deal. So really excited about that. All right, sis, what's your opinion on the Cryberry wah-wah pedal? I used to have one back in the day. I just don't really feel like it's something that I want to add to my repertoire now, but I think that they're cool. They serve a purpose, but it's just not something I have on my pedal board anymore. Substitute chords or inversions, how do you think of it so fast? So it comes from experience. So a lot of times when I'm playing the chord progression, I want to play the chord progression the way that it's designed. And I'm in rehearsal, I'm thinking about, okay, I want to match the voicings or play a comparable voicing that I think is going to suit better for the music. I'm always thinking about the music. So that's how you do it. Recommendations for single envelope filter pedals or both? I think MRX makes one really, really good, I think. But I haven't played one in such a long time. I don't really know for sure. Who's the person you're going live with? So today I'm going live on my site. So you got to be a member of Carrie's Camp in order to get access. Is Jules the Wolf. He is the guitarist for Justin Bieber. He's also played for Music Soul Child and a host of others. If you're not familiar with Jules the Wolf, you can go on Instagram and check him out. Dude is phenomenal. What's the best guitar for R&B and neo soul? It just depends. I like Strats. Strats are really cool. I was wondering, to get your sound, I'm using reverb, light reverb, I have a delay that I go to every now and then, a great overdrive pedal. Those are mainly it, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm probably playing with like the amp presets to make sure that the tone is super warm. That's about it. All right, what's the best all-in-one rig pedal for a beginner? If you're a beginner, I'd say you need a good tuner, you need a delay pedal, you need a good overdrive pedal, and you need a good reverb. Those are the things that. Would you ever do a giveaway of a guitar? Um, if I partner with a company that would wanted to do something like that, then yeah, of course. I've never played a Fender Mustang. Carrie, do you have lessons? This is, do you have to read music to be a session musician? No, you don't. You don't have to read music in order to be a session musician. Most of my major placements, they never send me charts. They ask for like, play. Can you play this, or are you? What are you feeling when you hear this beat? Now, if you want to read in order to get gigs, it just depends on like maybe like Disney. You're probably going to have to read certain TV shows. You might have to read late night situations. You definitely probably have to read, but it just depends on the musical director at that time. If you're doing like the Emmys or something like that, you definitely have to read. Just getting into the number system. How does it work? Um, if the song's one is a minor. So if the song, the first chord is a minor, you still relates to a major chord. So you just have to find that those notes, the other few notes, in order to tell you what key you're in. So that's how it works. If you really want to know more about the number system, I highly encourage you to go to carriescamp.com. I have a whole like rundown. We talk about the numbers system exclusively, extensively, because it's such a pivotal point and foundational piece of being a guitarist. All right, should a beginner focus on scales, number system, bar chords, right in the beginning? Z, yo, you should focus on all of it. It's really important to start digesting your practice time. So if you got 45 minutes to practice, spend some time on scales, spend some time on the number system, spend some time on chords. It all works together. You can't just take one over the other. They all work together. Um, all right, on an HSS, which pickup position works best for an R&B sound? Like, so if you're playing clean, I say the neck position gives you such warm kind of chords, but you got to listen to the records. It depends on what the records are. You know what I mean? And if you want a solo, go to that bridge so you can have a little bit more girth in your solo. Favorite band of all time? I don't have a favorite band of all time. But I like Gap Band. I like the Soultronics, the D'Angelo's like first band. I like Mint Condition. I like the Drumheads. I mean, there's a lot of dope bands out there. You know what I mean? All right. Have you ever heard of Ali Franken Torre? Is his Milan musician? No, I haven't heard of him. Okay, let's go back and read some of these other questions. Okay, I've answered a lot of these. So I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. I'm not missing anything. It says, do you do personal teaching? No, I don't do in-person teaching. My time and my schedule is very busy. So everything that I have is on my website. But the lessons that are on my website are very extensive. And then every first Thursday of the month, I'm doing a live Q&A where I sit and personally answer all your questions. We talk, we have dialogue. And then from time to time on Saturdays, I do something called Carrie's Corner, where I'm getting a lot of the industry's professionals that are playing for some of your favorite artists, some of your social media guys that you listen to, and I'm having them like where you can sit and you can ask questions, like your own personal clinic that you get to have with these guys as being a member of Carrie's Camp. All right, any advice on how to mute strings in order to eliminate string noise? Can you do a video? Just get a fret wrap. Fret wrap helps you, you know what I'm saying, to mute strings. Or if you want to palm mute, you can use the palm of your hand to rest on the strings. Eddie Hazel or Ernie Isley, I don't have a personal preference. They're all really dope. Says, when you are playing guitar in Tori Kelly's video song, Just As Sure, I'm learning the song, by the way. Love your work. Appreciate it. Which guitarist inspired you to pick up the guitar? Honestly, it was a guitarist named, I'm from the church, so his name was Elder McLaughlin. I was 6. He was the first guy that made me inspired. I was 6 years old in order to pick up a guitar. Do you ever have if you have, Stephanie, if you have any kind of questions about the payment plans when it comes to Carrie's Camp, just email support@carry2smooth.com. Hi, Carrie. Which of your guitars are your favorite in your collection? They're all my favorite. Honestly, they all fit a specific roles. Like you can't look at one and be like, whatever. but they're all my favorites. They all fit specific roles. Right now, I was just cutting a couple of guitars. I'm playing my DGT. So right now, that's the guitar that happens to be the one that I'm using. You know what I mean? So starting out, how did you get a lot of your gigging opportunities through church? Word of mouth, word of mouth and availability. I just said like, yo, you need a guitar player? I'll play for you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It says, when you get a check from ASCAP, do you know what it's for? Yeah, they put a description in there. They tell you what it's for. It says, and how do you get those checks from BMI or ASCAP? You have to be registered. You got to be registered a member of BMI or ASCAP or CSAC. That's how you get the checks. I'd like to jam. Definitely, you should definitely jam. Best cheap guitar for R&B? I say, maybe a Mexican Strat. I don't know. But it's all relative, man. Like, it all depends on what your budget is. All right, any more questions? We got some good questions this Saturday, man. Y'all hit me with some good stuff, man. Y'all making me deep. Oh, I should jam. Oh, I'll probably jam towards the end. I'm trying to get enough questions in. I mean, this morning I started working on Tim Rogers and the Fellas. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a Quartet head. I like Quartet music. The name of the song I was working on, Don't Let Us Fall. So I'll probably play a little bit of that towards the end. Okay. It says, do you have any general tips for writing and finishing an album? General tips you gotta for writing. Make sure you believe what you're doing. Like, you gotta feel it. All right. And then also a good person that can mix and master the record, that would definitely help set your record apart. Because if your mixing and mastering is not good, I mean, people are not gonna appreciate the kind of art that you're delivering. Okay. It says, do you do guitar exercises? Yes, I do guitar exercises. If you want to see those exercises, I encourage you to go to kerryscamp.com. That is KERRYSKAMP.com. I have exercises for days on there that will help you grow, work on your dexterity. I did one the other day where I touched back on something showing how to do a dexterity exercise in order to develop, you know what I'm saying, your hand speed and strength. So I got a lot of stuff like that on kerryscamp.com. I appreciate all you do, man. I appreciate that. What's your goal for your channel in the future? I just want to influence as many guitar players as possible. I want to be one of those household names. When you're talking about Jimi Hendrix, your John Mayers, I want you to throw Carrie Too Smooth in there as somebody like, oh man, you sound like, or this person help influence my playing. That's really what I want to do. I've toured for years. I've played on stages all over the place. I've been in publications. I've been on TV. So that part of my career is done. It's about giving back now. All right, what is the vibrato sound that makes it so smooth? It's a slight, I use the tremolo bar on the guitar. So it's like using the tremolo bar. I just like having the technique of barely, you know, shaking an old person's hand. You're not gonna try to break their hand. You're gonna shake their hand gently. That's usually what I do. I don't understand the question, so maybe you can help clarify it a little bit better. It says, why only have one video of gospel bumps or shouts in your Carrie's camp? Because it's more, I teach mainly specifically quartet music, and playing gospel music and shout and bumps are all the same. They're in different keys, but the approach is the same. That's why it's only one. If you've been in church long enough, you automatically understand the approach to playing bumps and shout music is all the same. Doesn't matter what church, doesn't matter if you're on East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest, they're all the same. I played at enough churches to know that. Does that mean you're going to make more original music? No, I'm done. I'm done right now making original music. I'm playing, I do records. I'm part of a different kind of production teams where we're making records for other artists. But me making original music, I feel like that ship is sailed already. Can you teach some Bobby Womack songs in the future? Kent, I'll add it to the list. I mean, literally, there's a running list of songs that people are asking me to do all the time. I'll add it to the list. But I have to try to go after the masses. I mean, I'm trying to cast a bigger net. You know, Bobby Womack is very niche. So just letting you guys know. For those that are brand new to this channel, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so. And click the bell to be notified. As stated before, there will be times that I may just hop on and I may feel like teaching. And like even this week, I taught several lessons this week. You never know. So it's great to be subscribed to this channel and click the bell to be notified so you always know when I'm on doing a lesson. And also, if you want to go and do an even deeper dive, go to carriescamp.com. I'm telling you, we've got lessons for days. And I don't say this just to be saying this, but like literally, we are the #1 site for R&B online. And where I'm telling you, you get everything you need. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, or if you're advanced, we have the roadmap to help you be successful in your playing. Happy camper right here. Kerry's camp is the truth. Man, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Strat over PRS, it just depends on what the gig, it depends on the gig, Johnny. Like it depends on the gig. I have both. I think they all are phenomenal. I have a couple different strats and I have a couple different PRSs. It just depends on the gig, you know what I mean? Some good stuff. For those who are just coming into this channel, hi, my name is Carrie. I've been playing for over 25 years. I've been on stages literally all over the world. I played for some pop artists. I played for some R&B artists. I played for some singer-songwriter. I have a lot of stuff that's on YouTube. I have a vast knowledge of information and I just want to share. That's why I'm doing what I do. There are no gimmicks, nothing. I just want to share information. So that's what we do. That's why we're sharing information. Why not include a principal chord PDF, every chord library I have to write it down? Because you got to work. I mean, everything, you got to do some work. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's Val. You got to do some work. That's everybody. You got to do some work. I mean, I can't stress the importance of like, I'm not going to spoon feed you. You guys aren't babies, so I'm not going to spoon feed you. So you got to do some work. If you write it down, you remember it. That's how you learn in school. You had to write that stuff down. It's not like you saw it one time and the teacher just gave you whatever. You got to write that stuff down. So don't be lazy. Write it down and you're going to work. It's all right. You'll be fine. I promise you. You'll be okay. Would you put Texas specials? I don't know. I've never played those kind of pickups, so I can't tell you what I would like. I like Lambertones and I like Seymour Duncans. You know what I mean? That's what I would use. You know what I mean? I remember I brought your sound slice for the first time and I said a little bit of the chord progression. Johnny, if you want to go even deeper, man, I highly encourage you to go to carriescamp.com. There's a lot of different kind of things that can help you out in Carrie's Camp that I did not explain per se all that well in Sound Slice. Thanks, man. I love your lessons. The only one doing anything like this. Man, I appreciate that, Val. I appreciate that. What is a great practice method that works for you? It just depends. I believe this is Daniel. It depends on if I'm practicing for a gig. If it depends if I'm just practicing for the sake of practicing. I want to practice. I make sure that my practice time is constructive. Like it's going to help me benefit. So if it's for a gig, I'm going to learn the songs. If I'm just practicing for the sake of practicing, I want to practice on areas that I'm weak. So if I feel like I'm weak on my timing, I want to work on timing. If it's a certain time signature that I'm weak in, I want to work on that time signature. If I'm trying to figure out this lick to put in between these chords, that's what I want to work on. So it just varies. Practice times varies. There's no like grand like waving a wand that's going to make it be whatever. You know what I'm saying? What is a good cheap amp on a budget? An amp that you can afford, honestly. There are a lot of solid states out there right now that can mimic tube amps that sound good. Don't spend all your money trying to be like, oh, I'm a tube guy. When it comes to like gear, there are some people who are just like, this is it and that's it. I have tube amps and I have like solid state amps all over the place. So you got to find what fits you, what suits you, what can fit in your budget, honestly. All right, we're gonna take a few more questions. Then I'm gonna play some Quartet stuff because somebody said they want to hear me jam. So I'm gonna play a little Quartet for y'all this morning, if that's okay. If y'all don't mind hearing a little Quartet this morning. And the reason why I like this song is because it's got some licks in there, but it's got some really nice chord structures. That's what I love about Quartet music. It's not all like, you know what I'm saying, everybody's screaming all the time, but there are some songs that you can find that's really gonna make you stretch out as a guitarist. All right, Carrie, in Carrie's Camp, do you break down how to dial in your tone? Yes, in Carrie's Camp, we definitely do. Play some Spanky Alford or Isaiah Sharkey. I'm not playing Spanky or Isaiah, I'm playing I'm playing Tim Rogers. Little Quartet, do your thing. I appreciate that. I need y'all to understand, like, this is just my opinion. Isaiah Sharkey is just another version of Spanky. Like a newer model, like modern version of Spanky. He's got a lot of Spanky influence in his playing, but he also does his own thing as well. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I know Isaiah personally, he's a good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? But like some people sat at the feet of Spanky and learned a lot of stuff and just took it and kind of made it their own. That's the great thing about guitar. What is your opinion about the difference between neo soul and R&B? Neo soul was a term that was coined by an A&R. It's just R&B. It just means new soul. It was just they were trying to market R&B in a different form. Who did Spanky learn from? I don't know. Spanky played Quartet back in the day. Spanky is no longer with us, God rest his soul, so I don't know who he learned from. Gospel Jam video on IG for Sundays. If you go look on my IG now, I got plenty of gospel videos on there. It just doesn't happen on Sundays, but you just got to be paying attention. Kerry, thanks for the chord extensions. They make my playing sweeter. Thanks, Doc. Man, Mike, hey, Mike, I appreciate you, bro. It says, have you ever gotten into jazz playing? So Desiree, when I first started playing in Birmingham, playing out, I was a part of a jazz band called On Purpose, and the front guy was a saxophonist. And yeah, I played jazz for like 3 or 4 years. And when I say that I loved it, it taught me a lot, but I just realized I didn't find the joys that I find playing R&B that I did with jazz. What do you think of Jerry's Mosey? I had Jerry's Mosey on Carrie's Corner. That's one of the benefits. I think J-Mo is super dope. J-Mo set the path for a lot of guitarists and really kind of paved the way for us. So I think J-Mo is hella dope. It says, thanks for breaking down music. It says, so that I can understand. I myself taught, and I did realize how much I already knew about. Again, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Troy. What are my feelings that I think about John Mayer? John Mayer is super dope. I think that he found his lane, he found his niche, and he's learned how to perfect it. That's one great thing about being a guitar player. If you find your niche, you find what works for you, and you learn how to perfect it, that's it. Eric Walls is too good. Eric Walls is my little, I say little because he's short, but he's my big bro. Like when I first moved to LA, man, he fixed my pedal board for me. Like Eric Walls has been like my go-to. He's put me on a lot of gigs. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric is that guy. I think he's probably one of the best guitar players, in my opinion, because he can do a lot. I've seen him on all types of gigs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Johnny, man. Yeah, Eric is my guy. Says, how do you know what strings to use? You listen to tone. I'm a huge fan of Diodario's. I'm not endorsed by Diodario's, but this is the strings that I use. I use 10s. I love the way they sound overall. I got some down. Let's go back and read these questions. All right. It says, do you use strings at all? Do I sing at all? No, I sing with my guitar. I used to sing back in the day at church, but you know, it wasn't a popular thing. So like kids would make fun of me. So I was like, man, forget that. I'm gonna just start playing my guitar. Have you ever done a live with Eric? Yes, if you go on there, I've done a live Q&A with Eric. I've asked him personal questions. I had him do Carrie's Corner, everything. So if you're a member of Carrie's Camp, you get a chance to see the interview that I did with Eric Walls. Says for electric. Yeah, these are electric strings. Now the acoustic strings, I use Diodario's. This is the ones I use for acoustic. Electric and acoustic. These are the strings that I use, all right? I'm not endorsed by Diodario's. I don't really care. If you do or don't use them, this is what I use, personal preference. I use 10s for electric. I use 11s for guitar. It says, I was wondering why you don't do a subscription base, meaning month. Val, if you got any kind of questions about why I don't do whatever, you should definitely email support@carry2smooth.com and we can talk to you personally and get you straight. All right? I'm looking into a great strat. Is the player strat good? I don't know which strats. I mean, honestly, just you got to find what fits in your budget. If you don't like the way it sounds, but you like the way it feels, change out the pickups. That's my biggest thing. How's the move to Atlanta been? The move to Atlanta's been great. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, so I've been to Atlanta. I can't even tell you how many times. So it's not like it was anything that was like blew my mind. I didn't move here for music. I moved here for family. So, but it's been good to me. Do your kids play any musical instrument? My oldest plays keyboard. He's also in the choir. He also plays trombone. Outside of that, I think my middle guy dabbles in drums a little bit, but none of them take music seriously because I don't force it on them. If they decide that's what they want to do, then I will be here to help cultivate that. All right, looking forward to the interview. Oh, yo, the interview today with Jules is about to be dumb. I'm trying to tell you, it's about to be real good. Are you into vintage guitars? I think vintage guitars are cool. I just don't want to pay that much money for them. So, you know what I'm saying? How do I become a famous pop star as a serious musician? You just got to work your ass off. That's really what you're gonna have to do. You have to like seriously use your platform and then start connecting. You have to network. That's the only way that you're gonna work. It's not gonna, you can't just snap your fingers and that's gonna work. You have to work, work, work. And then you have to go on a whole bunch of auditions, be in front of a lot of people that can put you out, that can kind of help you make you famous. The people that you're seeing that are famous didn't happen overnight. They did a lot of groundwork. Palm Beach in the house. Roll Tide. Listen, don't play with me. Don't play. Listen, if you ain't got one of these, you ain't no real fan. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I just got hyped for a minute. You can't say Roll Tide and I'm just gonna be chilling. So, hey, Paul, I appreciate that, man. What's up? Eric Gales. Yo, Eric Gales is another good friend of mine. Super talented, phenomenal guitarist. When he plays, he goes to that placement, and I love it. The fact that he could just tap in like that. You know what I'm saying? He could just tap in. Sweet, dope. Do musicians that play in front of huge crowds have agencies? Not all the time. They don't always have agencies. So it's not like how like it's not like that for a lot of people. A lot of it's word of mouth. You become cool with like musical directors. They put you on, they ask what your schedule is. It's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like once you prove that you can handle it at that level, that's usually what happens. All right, I'm gonna take one more question and then I'm gonna play some Quartet for those that are Quartet junkies. All right, do you ever think about the Quilter Interblock 45? So what I use for Quilter is I use the Mini Reverb 101, and I also have the Quilter Aviator. Those are the two that I use, that I love the most, to help me get the sound that I want. What does Quartet mean? So Quartet, it's like a gospel group. It's like usually 4 guys, maybe more, and it's just another way of singing gospel music. So that's what Quartet music is. You know what I mean? Like it's like groups. Like I was raised on Quartet music. So in church, you have Quartet, you have like your choirs. So Quartet is like another vintage, like, thing of that nature that started back in the day. All right, cool. All right, so now we're gonna play a little bit for y'all. I'm gonna sit y'all right here. I'm playing. Okay, so the name of this song is called, it's Tim Rogers and the Fellas is like, Don't Let Me Wait. All right, cool. So that's the song that we're gonna do. I think I'm tuned up. All right, cool. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna play y'all out today. All right, that's what we're doing today.
Oh, yeah.
right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good one. Listen, carriescamp.com. If you're brand new to this channel, go and subscribe and then click the bell to be notified. Also, if you're a camper, listen, I'm gonna say this to y'all one more time. We got Jules the Wolf that's gonna be on. If you guys do not know about Jules the Wolf, matter of fact, let me see if I can do this. Just for the people in the back, that may not know about Jules the Wolf. Let me see if I can find one of his videos on YouTube. I'm telling you, as a camper, man, you get these types, like this doesn't happen all the time. This is somebody who's been playing professionally for a very long time. It's hard to get people, guitarists, musician, artists, or whatever, to have like clinic types of setting unless you're going to like a university. And even still, there's so many like slots. And the thing about Carrie's Camp, there's never like, okay, we only have a like slot for 10. It's just not that, you know what I'm saying? We got slots for everybody. So I'm telling you, Jules the Wolf is one of those guys, man. Like, he's that dude. And I'm just saying, like, the fact that we got him on today, I think is phenomenal. So, like, I mean, I'm just saying this, like, personally, because it's just one of the things that I'm just like, man, he's just that guy. All right, so this is just him playing boot up. He does not do this for everybody. I need you to understand it. So like being a member of Carrie's Camp, you get these kind of perks, these kind of bonuses. I can't stress this enough. We've had guitar players on like Sean Hinton. We've had, we've had J-Mo on. We've had so many phenomenal guitarists. We had Mark Lettieri on, and when the list goes on, we got a whole bunch of people. So this is who we got today. If you're not already a member of Carrie's Camp, yo, it's never too late to come on because we're doing this at 2 o'clock Eastern time. He is going to be the person that I'm going to be interviewing, asking questions. I'm gonna allow the students to ask him questions. That's one of the many bonuses that you get at Carrie's Camp. All right, I'm gonna sign out because I'm super hyped. I just saw the video. I'm ready to go practice. All right, love y'all guys. Have a good one. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next week.